This is my 1987 Heraldo Sobremesa telephone made by Standard Eléctrica S.A. or CESA. This one is in this nice bright red color, and it's a very, very late model given that it's 1987. Um, it is in really good shape. Lots of scratches on the housing. I got this phone back in 2017, so I've had it for a little while. Of course, we have Telefonica. This is definitely a later type of number card they used on their Heraldo phones. Uh, Definitely a later dial too, because the dial center can be popped out, and the first, well, not the first, but like the second ones, because I know they used I don't know what model dial it would be, but it would be the type that the BTMC phones used. It would have been that type of dial. That was the first type of dial. Then they had the second one that was like basically like this dial, but a earlier version, or had a finger wheel that could be removed the same way as a number 9 dial on a 500 or a Princess phone. And the numbers, of course, would be golden, same color bezel. They would call the numbers números dorados, gold numbers. And of course, the later dials had this type of font, just like the PMG 800 series telephones. I have my black one over there just to show you. Exact same font um, as on the later Heraldo telephones. The dial, the workings work exactly like a number 9 dial. I keep wanting to say number 7. Number 9 dial on a 500 or a Princess telephone. Because one is that CTESA or Standard Electric SA were a subsidiary of ITT, and they had similar I don't know, ideas, or they made them under license of ITT for their dials. And there's the sound of it. I actually just got finished giving it a quick oil because it was a little bit stiff from not being used regularly, obviously. I wouldn't have to do that if I had an actual phone line where I could dial out often, but that's what happens when you don't turn a dial very often. Oil dries out. But and also, earlier dials had golden finger stops as opposed to their chromed ones on the 80s models. All the gears are plastic except for, I guess you'd say, the chassis of the dial, as well as parts of the governor and the spring, obviously. Um, Very similar to the SCL Assistant, and then of course the VTAP 611 came out in 1961. Then you had the PMG 802 as shown over there. Uh, all kinds of different features, but a similar design on a telephone. So here's a look at the profile of the phone. Obviously resembles the VTAP SCL Assistant. It's a very nice red color. Has the white translucent plungers for the switch hook. And of course, it still has its dial center to it, thank goodness. Here's the bottom. Here's Telefonica, CESA, and of course the model Heraldo Sobremesa. Another sticker there. And you have this. I'm guessing this is obviously European year. It's not March 7th, but it's July 3rd of 1987. I'm assuming this is a 1987 phone because it's the only year I found. All the components are pretty much modern. PC board, concentric ringer. I will have pictures at the end of the inside and its components. It did have a wiring diagram glued inside. I had to take it off, obviously, but I have one saved just for reference. That happened to be loose in another phone I had, and made a copy of it. This one's not a Citessa, I'm assuming, because they would put a stamp on the bottom that was in black font right next to the ringer adjuster that had some numbers on it and stuff. I don't know, given this is a later model, that they just put a sticker, but it obviously doesn't have it. And given that it has brass bells, there's a bit more of a resonance to the ringer to it, so it kind of carries on longer than the steel bells. So I'll give you a look at that real quick to just to show you that the phone is dialing out. I will dial a few numbers, and I have it. There's the dial tone, and I have the analyzer with me over here. Let me turn it a little bit so you can see the numbers register. As I said, I don't have a phone line, so this is all I can do. So there's that. And then let me go ahead and give it a ring for you. I'm not going to use my foot this time because I have it closer. But here we go. I'm going to give it 3 rings and pick up on the 3rd. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video of this Heraldo Sobremesa telephone made by Standard Eléctrica of Spain in the year 1987. I do have a gray one of these that is made by Citessa. I will have another video of that a little later. So I hope you enjoyed this, and thanks for watching.